Welcome back to my channel. I'm the DD. This is MyDeadFriendz. Today, it's kind of part 2 of what we were working on before. There's some basic features of the Akai MPC Live. Today, I'm going to teach you how to take that beat that we made earlier, and what we're going to do is take that sequence from that beat, sequence it into multiple sequences, do some track muting with it, and turn it into one song. Let's do it.
What's up, everybody? It's Didi, MyDeadFriendz. I'm back again. What we're going to do today is we're going to take that project that we started before. We're going to continue on. I'm going to try to show you how I could take that song, take that beat, flip it a little bit, put it into a few different sequences, put it into song mode, turn it into one sequence. We're going to try to do this as quick as possible. So let's get into it. What we want to do is load up our project that we were working on before. So to do that, I like to double tap my menu button. That'll take us in to all of our contents. I keep mine and my USB stick in the back. To access that, places. You can see my Samsung USB comes up right there. Let me tap that. I have different folders for everything that I do. My MPC Live, as you can see there, I have my 2019 projects, my kits, different sets of drum kits, 2020 projects, my old 5000 samples. So let's get into my 2020 projects. I direct everything in the months. This is just how I have my USB sticks set up. If you like to put yours differently, that's up to you, man. But I like to categorize all my things in the months because I make so many beats. If I was sitting there taking the time to label and like make a name for every beat, it would just ruin the process of me creating. So I just label all my things by days. As you'll see when I open up July, you see day 2, I made a beat, day 3, day 4. So I know when someone sees a beat that I made online and they're like, hey, man, I saw you post that beat on July 4th. I know July 4th, day 4 right there. There's the beat that I made. I know I can go right to it. So even this right here, day 14, I made that YouTube video. I have it labeled right there. Let's double click that. It's going to load up that project that we were working on previously. Hit menu, hit main. I always confuse my main and my menu. All right, now we're back at the main menu. We have our we have our beat loaded up. Let's hear that one more time. Okay, so I muted things out when I was doing a little thing before the last time. So I just unmuted these tracks. Here's the beat that we had. I'm gonna show you how I did that there here in a little bit. Okay, so now that we have a beat going, as you can see right there, let's hit menu, and let's go to our track mute. And now in track mute, this is each individual track. It has it that we worked on. So my hi-hat is on track 1. My kick and snare track 2. I have it labeled as main because it's, I think, a kick and a snare in here. Kick, snare, and a hi-hat. When I usually put kick, snares, and hi-hats on the one track, I'll label them as a main so I know it's a main beat. And then we have our pad. So all we have is those 4 tracks, all right? And we're going to work off those 4 tracks to try to make things as easy as possible. So those 4 tracks are running off sequence 1. And it's just going to loop 4 bars, get an 85 BPM going. Let's just hear that one time. Here comes the end of our 4th bar, and now it's looping again. Okay, so how are we going to extend that? This is what we're trying to do, is extend that out and put some switch ups in there to give the beat some, change ups. So what we're going to do here is this little pencil icon in our sequence, part of our main menu here. Let's hit this pencil here. Now it's going to bring up a bunch of different things for us, right? Now what we want to do is copy our sequence 1 on the sequence 2, on the sequence 3, and on the sequence 4. We want them all to sound just like sequence 1, okay? So let's hit copy. Now it's going to ask us copy contents of sequence 1 over the contents of sequence 2, which it says it's unused right now. But yes, that's exactly what we want to do. Now it's going to label sequence 2. It's going to label it sequence 1. But let's get in there, hit that back, turn that into sequence 2. So all you gotta do is tap on that, and it'll take you right in there where you can change the name that it's gonna copy over to. So let's do this. Hit do it. So the contents of sequence 1 are now gonna go on the sequence 2. Bam. It's labeled sequence 2. Hit our main button again. All right, so now sequence 2, you see, same thing. Let's click it over to sequence 1. All right, great. Now let's do this a couple more times. Hit this pencil, hit copy. Now it's going to sequence 3. Let's relabel that to a 3. Let's do it. Sequence 3. Let's also do it for sequence 4. Copy. Sequence 4. Do it. Do it. Okay. Now we have 4 sequences that all sound the same, right? Now what I'm going to do is let's hit this menu button. That'll take us into our main mode page. We're going to go into our track mutes. Now you see up at the top it says sequence 1, okay? Let's start sequence 1 as say like an intro. So I'm going to mute these tracks out, and all I'm going to have playing is this pad. All right, that's how sequence 1 is going to act. If you make sure you hit up on there, you can turn that. Now we're on sequence 2. You can see how sequence 2 has all the tracks lit up. Everything's playing. But we don't want all that yet. Let's just do the pad and the hi-hat. More build up for like an intro, right? Let's go over to sequence 3. Maybe we could cut out that hi. Okay. All right, now I'm going to show you guys something here. Let's leave this sequence like this. Let's go to sequence 4. Now sequence 4, we're going to leave everything playing. Okay, so now let's go back to our main. Now we have those 4 sequences changed up, right? You can see this is hi-hats muted here for sequence 1. Sequence 1 was just our pad playing. Actually, we could do this from hit menu again. Let's go in the track mute. We could do this from here. That way you can actually see the pads lighting up as the sequence is changing. If we're up on sequence here, now let's push play on that. Now we can use our jog dial, change sequence. Now here, just see it just changed the next sequence. So sequence 2 is going to play. That hi-hat's going to come in. Here we go. Let's hit that jog dial again. Let's go to sequence 3. You're going to see this kick and snare come in. Now we're going to go to sequence 4. Everything's coming in. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now since we're working in standalone here, let me go over to sequence 3, and here's a cool trick that you can do. But it actually records these track mutes onto your sequence, so be aware of that. If we hit overdub and play start, it's going to start overdubbing, right? But what it's going to overdub is my track mutes. If I start muting different things as the sequence is playing, it's going to record those track mutes. Let's try that out here real quick. Hit overdub, play start. I want to cut this hi-hat and snare at the end of the sequence. Here we go. Here it comes. Hit overdub, stop overdubbing. Because if I didn't click that button to stop the overdub, it would continue to overdub everything that I was doing. So let's watch it. Let's listen to this back here, and you'll see that it track mutes by itself now that I overdubbed. It recorded that process of me muting those tracks at the end of this sequence. Here it comes. Just think that's a nice little feature to know. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these 4 sequences and we're going to put them in the song mode to play them all off of one sequence. We can put all these sequences into song mode, lay them out, they'll all play, and we can convert those into one sequence and then work off of that sequence. Okay, so what we're going to do is hit menu. Let's go into song. Let me see if I have this. Okay. Let's go into menu. Let's go to song. Now, right now, it's blank, okay? what we want to do is we want to insert. When you hit insert, it's going to insert those sequences we were just working on. So what we're going to do is hit insert 4 times because we're working with 4 different sequences. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that we have these sequences up, if you hit on one, you'll see that you can make it any sequence you want, okay? We want that one to be sequence 1. We want the second one to play to be sequence 2. We want the third sequence to play to be 3 and 4. Now, it just so happens to work to be right now that we're working sequence 1 is 1, but I could actually, on number 2 here to play, I can have sequence 4 be the second sequence that plays. So I can have sequence 1 play, then sequence 4 play, sequence 3, sequence 4. But for this demonstration, what we're going to be trying to do, we're just going to label it 1, 2, 3, 4, because it just happens to work out that way for where our pad and our hi-hats and kicks and snares come in. So let's listen to that real quick. When we play play start in our song mode, you're going to hear how you're going to be able to see actually how this plays through. You can see the next sequence that's coming up. Sequence 3 is coming up next. Our kick and snare will come in. Now it's just going to play this sequence out. It's not going to loop back up. It's going to play those 4 sequences, and then it's going to stop. And there's our sequence 4 that has everything added. And then it just plays it out. So what we want to do is we want to take those 4 sequences, convert them into one sequence to work with them back at our main menu. So right here, you'll see convert the sequence. Let's convert the sequence. We want to include muted tracks. Of course we do. We want it to go to sequence number 5. That's an empty sequence. We don't want it overwriting our other sequence. Let's do it. And let's see if this works. Sequence 5, you'll see it says from song now. Now on sequence 5, it's going to play all 4 of those sequences out. Let's get into our grid edit here. If you go down where there's little houses at, go 1 down, it's a little tic-tac-toe board. Now all of our hi-hats are through there for all 4 of those sequences. At one point, we do that track mute. You'll hear that. Let's play it through. And we can actually put it on track mute so you can see how now that I have those 4 sequences all down to one sequence on sequence 5, you'll see how these trackpad mutes mute and unmute themselves. Just like we did in sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence 3, then we put them all together. Now we have them here in sequence 5. Watch how it works. Yep. Now we're on sequence 2, actually, you know what I mean, from song mode. There comes in sequence 3. Now it's going to add those track mutes too. There's our track mutes. Sequence 4. All right, man, so I just wanted to make this quick video to kind of show you guys how to get a quick instrumental that you have. Say you just have a 4-bar beat or something like that, and you want to try to make it more into a song. I just wanted to run you through this real quick. Someone was asking about, hey, how do I put this in song mode? So I wanted to run you through real quick how I like to put things in song mode. I showed you how I like to track mute things in different sequences before I put them in the song mode, and how to convert that song mode into a sequence so you can start working from it on your MPC Live in your main menu. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate that you guys like these videos, man. I'm going to try to start doing some more. I still want to come back with the 5,000 videos. So again, I appreciate you watching. Please hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed watching these videos. I'm here. I'm the Deedy. This is MyDeadFriendz. I'll catch you guys next time. Let's run this beat out.